for those of you were tempted. For those of you that can cut straight with the rotary cutter, I say just hurrah for you, because mine don't cut right. So I guess I could probably use one of these. Well, it needs to be wider for you.
4 inches.
4 inches. Well, anyway, so what the project is, you just take your strips. We made I didn't bring it because I really didn't want to ask my cousin to take apart her bar, because we made like a 4-foot long one and we did strips. And at first we thought, you know, this was crazy. We don't need those things. And I never used mine until maybe a couple months ago. The reason is why I used it was I was moving furniture and I ripped the corner off the wall in my grandmother's home. So I thought, that's what those sticks are for. So all you do is just sew. Do we have it? It says a 4th. I don't know who come up with the 4th for quilting, but I always, I forget. I'm not used to this machine.
You have to slow it down.
Oh, okay. You just sew down. Oh. Ooh, stop. Ooh, stop. Thank you. I'm not used to the push button. I'm used to a barefooted pedal. So, but you sew it down. It's for strip quilting. It's also great for block quilting, and I didn't bring it. Shame on me, because I put it together for Minnie to teach me how to use the quilting machine. I won't go all the way down. But the purpose, how do we make this thing come up, Mel?
It's inside. Push.
This one?
Push.
Oh,
there you go.
okay. And it is the easiest thing, and I thought, I don't need that thing, I don't need that stick, but my cousin said, well, we should get one because everybody else is walking around with one.
Yes. Peer pressure.
Peer pressure. Oh, where did he go to?
The quilt show this year.
Uh-oh. So, I thought I'd make me a short one. Well, I used the molding on the wall. That don't work because it will go right through your fabric and mess up anything that you're quilting. So you have to use a hardwood. I ordered some hardwood. I think it's like 1 inch round. And what it's supposed to do is keep your seam straight. And actually, I didn't think it would, but it does. And it'll keep it curved. And what you do is you put it over your stick. You can either iron it this way, however way you want to, and I don't know, I'm not a professional quilter, but every time I make a quilt or make a seam, it's either crooked, and every time you add one onto it, well, I should have used a lighter color, but it makes your seam straight, and every time you add another piece to it, it's straight, and it's not crooked, and whenever you add another piece,
Now, did you have it open on the back?
No, ma'am. You can leave it
Yeah,
open.
you can leave it open on the back, and you know,
It's either way. You can leave it open. You can leave it closed. But what I loved about it is when we got to started to quilt her table runner that she had, all the seams were straight. We didn't have no bulk. You didn't have one twisted, one. For some reason, I don't know how it works. All I know that your seams are straight. Oh, it's going crazy again. Your seams are straight.
I think at the quilt show, once everybody discovered it, anybody that was doing a demonstration, she used that, and I got the one where it turns, and I want to make my quilt for my sister, and I don't have to start yet. But anyway, I'm going to use that.
One that turns out.
You turn it on an angle.
Yeah.
Well, and it does. It makes your hem. I mean, your little seam right here straight. You can iron it. and it's still not going to gather up, twist, turn with you, and you can iron it either way. You can iron it going this way, you can iron it open. We tried it even doing a square block, and the blocks were perfectly square every time we used the sticks that we made. And it was like, we even pieced together some seams of flowers just to see if it worked, and it does. It keeps it straight. And you do beautiful quilt work, and your squares are always straight. And I don't know how you do that. Starch. Well, I will try that too. But we've had fun with it. We've made strip quilts.
I
We've
also
made.
have that too.
Do you do? Oh, okay. Well, you need to, because I bought the girls that I was teaching quilting to last week. At first, they didn't want to use it because, once you have your own system, you don't want to change. Well, they changed. They like this because you can keep your iron there, you can iron it, and for some reason, and then when you do your top stitch, if you want to do your top stitch, it's always straight. It's never stretched. And if you wanted to do your quilt like that, you could do that on this. The small.
I bought the big one, and I don't use it.
You should.
My secret is make sure you use 1/4 inch seam,
And it's
and make
like.
sure your strips are two and a half.
Well, it's
If
like,
you're
who
using
come
2
up with the 1/4 seam? I guess it's people that have sewn and sewn,
It's what they,
and
it's what
it's
the, all
like,
your quilt directions calls for 1/4 inch seam.
I know, but some of us don't read them directions. Sometimes mine might be an inch, sometimes mine might be a half an inch, and it's like, I want to try something different, and so, yes, ma'am. But no, we enjoy doing them, and so
Those are good for sewing your seams open. Ironing them open. Because it really helps for that.
Oh, it does. It keeps them perfectly straight. Because sometimes whenever you would iron, you would have like your seam like would be over here, and it would be like this is wide, smaller, this is wider. So, but it was interesting. We put it to the big test. We've done everything. We've done from squares to circles. We have the real long one that will cover the whole ironing board, and we just laid it on there and just you know how you would do a continuous like a log cabin quilt? It turned out awesome. So after I got through pulling the molding off the side of the wall, and I wanted to see if it worked. And so you don't do that. You have to use hardwood. You can't use pine because the pine will soak through this, and you have to use hardwood. And it's either a 1/2 inch or 2 inch half round, and unless you have someone that has a lathe that can cut it or make some. Danny's brother, I think, made some for her. But since I started quilting, I love the stick. So every time we do a quilting class, the ladies, even before we start, we make a stick so they can get started. And so, but that's it. Very simple, to the point.
What is the stick actually called?
I think I call it the stick. Do you remember?
I don't remember what it was called.
I have. They sold them in the quilt show, but I made mine. If you want, I think I invested like $100, and it made, I don't know, 20